First name Jonathan? Is your first name Jonathan? Okay. How's the pasty? Right, you're gonna sit right there? You're gonna put these on. And then Javier. Javier, you're gonna sit right next to him.
And we have the interpreter on. Thank you. He should be on his way.
Thank you.
It's there. Right? And there.
Hi, do you know if I'm going to interpret in consecutive mode since there's two defendants?
That's correct.
Perfect.
All right. I need you to stand up.
Thank you. Please be seated.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Liz Carmona, Zimmer Court Interpreter. I think I will be interpreting in consecutive mode since there's two defendants.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
This is the 2:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March the 29th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will now read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defense attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on a release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing a loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. Go ahead.
Do you want me to interpret that, Your Honor?
I thought you were. Please go ahead.
It's in consecutive mode, Your Honor, since there's two defendants. I'll start right now. Esta es la comparecencia inicial de las 2 de la tarde para el 29 de marzo del 2026. Las órdenes judiciales de la toma de pruebas de ADN y huellas dactilares que se hicieron el primero de este mes corresponden para todas las causas agendadas. Ahora les voy a leer el informe a las víctimas. Si usted es víctima en una causa pendiente ante este tribunal, se le informa que tiene garantías bajo la ley de Arizona, entre otros, que incluye el derecho que se le trate con justicia, respeto y dignidad, a un juicio rápido, a estar presente en las diligencias judiciales y escoger si quiere ser entrevistado por el acusado o el licenciado del mismo, a que se le conozca antes de que el tribunal haga decisiones o las puestas de libertad. Sí, un momento. El de recibir resarcimiento de la persona que ha sido hallado culpable de su pérdida. Si no se le ha informado con una declaración por escrito de sus garantías, por favor comuníquese con los servicios a las víctimas de la oficina de la Fiscalía.
Thank you. Are we having technical issues?
No, he says that he can hear her, when she speaks in Spanish.
On the headphones?
Yes, I think he was under the impression that her English was going to be translated into Spanish at the same time.
I see. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Number 18, Jonathan V.R. Hernandez to the podium. Number 7, Javier Lopez Mendeville to the chair, please.
And I'll be interpreting simultaneous mode now, Your Honor. Thank you. On the headset.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jonathan Villar, 11 de 1979.
Jonathan Villar, 11/11/1979.
Thank you. We are here today because of a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 2 charges. The first is aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. The second is disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have 2 court dates coming up on April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I'm setting bail in the amount of $25,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released. If you are released, I'm ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Treat that as a miniature probation that you're going to have to get into contact with and stay in contact with as your case proceeds. They are going to attempt to make sure that you get to your court dates and comply with your release conditions, which are mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not have victim contact. Do not possess weapons. Do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued, to be issued, or served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions?
No tengo un abogado que me defienda.
I don't have an attorney to represent me.
I have appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you, so the contact information for the Public Defender's Office will be displayed on the paperwork that you're about to receive, sir.
Gracias.
All right, thank you very much. Please step to your left and hand the headphones back to the officer. Number 7, Javier Lopez Mendeville to the podium. Number 2, Nicholas Teddams to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Javier Francisco López Mendívil, 5 de marzo de 1998.
Javier Francisco Lopez Mendivil, March 5th, 1998.
Thank you. We are here today due to a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There is one charge of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have 2 court dates coming up on April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I'm setting bail in the amount of $5,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released. If you are released, I'm ordering supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Treat that as a miniature probation that you'll have to get into contact with and stay in contact with as your case proceeds. They're going to attempt to keep you on track with attending your court dates and complying with release conditions, which are mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not have victim contact. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim, even if you are an owner or resident of that residence. If you have the same residence as any alleged victim, you must find an alternative residence, bring proof of that to your next court date. In the event that you need to gather essential belongings from that location, you're allowed one civil standby with a law enforcement officer present. Additionally, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order, protection, or injunction against harassment that is issued, to be issued, or served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
Sí, tengo una pregunta, señoría.
Yes, I do have a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yo vengo de vacaciones. No vivo aquí.
I'm here vacationing. I don't live here.
Understood, sir. You're under orders not to leave the state of Arizona until the resolution of your case or until further modification by the court. If you want to seek review of these release conditions that I've ordered here today, you may do so by motion. That's a conversation between yourself and counsel. That's for a different day, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step to your left and please hand the headphones back to the officer. And Ms. Carmona, will you please make a general call to the gallery to see if we have anybody else who needs to use a Spanish interpreter?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más en la sala necesita los servicios de interpretación judicial en español?
Just one hand, Your Honor.
One hand? Who do we have?
¿Cómo te llamas? Jorge, ¿qué? George.
Jorge,
Is that Jorge Garcia Aviles?
Yeah.
Number 24?
Yes.
Is it Aviles?
Okay. Aviles, yeah.
Got it.
All right, yeah, let's give him the headphones and then, yes, sir, please approach the podium.
Gracias.
Oh, bring the microphone down. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Jorge Arturo Licea Avilés y el 14 de abril del 99.
Jorge Arturo Licea Aviles, April 14, 1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Desert Ridge Justice Court. This appears to be an initial arrest warrant from an initial complaint or citation on one count of driving with a suspended license from June the 9th of 2025. Given the nature of the allegation, I am not appointing counsel. You may retain counsel at your own expense if you wish to do so. Your next court date is at the Desert Ridge Justice Court. That's on April the 13th of 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Do you promise to appear?
Claro que sí.
Of course, yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it is ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Additionally, as you are released, do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions are in writing that you will receive in your paperwork, sir. Do you have any questions for me?
No, nomás que me pueden dar la fecha de la otra corte por escrito.
No, can I just get the date for the next court hearing in writing?
Yes, that's April the 13th, 2026, 1:30 p.m. at the Desert Ridge Justice Court. That will be in writing on the paperwork you are about to receive, sir. Any other questions?
Sí, todo.
That will be all.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Please hand the headphones back to the officer.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, let's make one more call to the gallery to see if we have anybody else.
Yes, of course. ¿Alguien más en la sala necesita los servicios de interpretación judicial en español?
No hands, Your Honor.
Seeing no hands, thank you, Ms. Carmona. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. The interpreter will be disconnecting. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Let's proceed to number 2, Nicholas Teddams to the podium. Number 19, Cortez Murray to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Nicholas Scott Teddams, 11/24/83.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 2, 4, 6, 7 different charges. The first 2 being possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. The third being possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony. Fourth being possession of drug paraphernalia. A Class 6 felony, there are 2 counts of theft, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. I was not given sufficient information in the arrest narrative to determine probable cause for the 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, the 1 count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, and the 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. So I did not determine probable cause for those alleged offenses. However, I did determine probable cause for the remainder. Here's what that means. Here's what that doesn't mean. What that means is that for today's purposes only, those allegations did not factor into my determination of release conditions. However, what it doesn't mean is that the prosecution still couldn't go forward on those charges if the state thought it had enough evidence to obtain a conviction. So you still do have to go to court, sir. And so I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm setting bail at $10,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond. I'm also ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency in the event that you post bail. Additionally, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
So do I have to have all cash to get me out?
All cash.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Number 19, Cortez Murray to the podium. Number 12, Caden Clevenger to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Cortez Murray, July 14, 2003.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 cases. The first is a direct complaint arrest warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The other is a probation violation warrant out of also Maricopa County Superior Court. It's alleged as a page 2 or Term 1 violation. Term 1 of probation, as we know, is do not commit new crimes while on probation. The direct complaint warrant alleges 1 count of misconduct involving weapons, a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, all alleged on or about June the 29th of 2025. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you as to both cases and setting court dates for you on April the 3rd, 6th, and 7th of 2026. All of those are at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. As to your new case, I am setting bail at $5,000. That is a secured appearance bond. As to your probation violation matter, I am setting bail at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. Your grand total is $6,000 secured appearance. If you post bail, you'll be released. Additionally, if you are released, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued, to be issued, or served upon you. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, so just from my understanding, I had already kind of dealt with this before. I just don't know why
I read the notes, sir. I read the notes, sir. It does appear that this is at least featured in a pre-sentence report. That's what I reviewed on your probation matter. I also did see some reference in the arrest narrative that was submitted on this case. So while I do agree that it is now March of 2026, and that was June the 29th of 2025, at least at the, based on the allegations. I do agree that there's, at the very least, probable cause to sustain these counts at this time. You may have a question as to the merits of the case, or you may want to seek review of the release conditions. However, that's a conversation between yourself and counsel for a different day, sir. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, so no release today, and then I just got a $6,000 bond.
Yes, sir.
All
All right, thank you, sir. You may step to your left. Just a moment, I'm going to take a pause to review warrants.
Hold on, can you call me? Hold on.
All right, thank you for your patience, everybody. Number 12, Caden Clevenger to the podium. Number 1, Tyler Lemke to the chair. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Caden Clevenger, 070503.
Thank you. We're here today on 3 cases. These are all, well, 2 of these are probation violation warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There's also 1 failure to appear warrant at a Maricopa County Superior Court. As to the probation violation matters, just a moment. The Idaho Probation Department alleges violations of terms 3 and 5 of probation and petitions to revoke your probation. The remaining matter involves a count of misconduct involving weapons, class 4 felony, narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, false reporting to law enforcement, class 1 misdemeanor, alleged on or about January the 15th of 2026. The failure to appear warrant stems from February the 27th of 2026. And so I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have court dates coming up on April the 3rd, 6th, and 7th of 2026. It's at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. As to release conditions, I am setting bail in your newest case at $1,000. That's cash only. As to your probation violation matters, that's $500 apiece, cash only, for a grand total of $2,000 cash only. Other release conditions will include: do not possess weapons, do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol, contact probation within 72 hours of your release if you are released. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
Wait, so I can be released if I pay the $2,000 cash?
It's a $2,000 cash only bond, yes.
Cool.
All right, thank you. Number 1, Tyler Lemke to the podium. Number 11, Daniel Reyes to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Tyler Reese Lemke, May 1994.
Thank you. We are here today on a grand jury warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has handed down an indictment, found probable cause, and accused you of 4 charges. The first, taking the identity of another, a class 4 felony. The second, possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony. The third, theft of a credit card, a class 5 felony. Finally, 1 charge of unlawful use of a means of transportation, a class 6 felony, all alleged on or about November the 20th of 2025. I'm appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing set for April the 3rd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I am affirming the amount already set in the grand jury warrant. That is a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not have contact with victims, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 11, Daniel Reyes to the podium. Number 16, Desmond Warren to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Daniel Reyes, November 22nd, 1998.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 4 charges. The first, aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. The second, also aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. The third, aggravated assault. I need to edit this. This is a Class 4 felony. Given the legislative update. And that's a reprint. Class 4 felony and 1 charge of leaving the scene of an accident, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. We just have the radio down. Thank you. I apologize, sir. And so I'm setting bail at $2,500. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, I'm ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Additionally, do not have contact with any victim. Do not possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle. This is also a reprint again to add release conditions. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. That new one's over to you. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 16, Desmond Warren to the podium. Number 22, Jacob Hernandez to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Desmond Warren, March 22nd, 1988.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 cases. The first is an out-of-county warrant from the Casa Grande Municipal Court. Second is a new case out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. So let's start with the new case, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so there are 3 charges. The first is assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The second is driving under the influence, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The third is also driving under the influence, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. Moving briefly over to the out-of-county warrant, this appears to be a pre-adjudication warrant involving 3 counts of driving under the influence out of Casa Grande Municipal, all misdemeanor counts. And so, as to both cases, I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is in Casa Grande, April the 1st, 2026, 8:30 a.m. As to the municipal court matter at Goodyear Municipal Court, April the 8th of 2026, 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
As to release conditions, I am setting bond in your new case at $750. As to the second matter out of Casa Grande, that's $500. Both of those are cash-only appearance bonds. Additionally, if you post bond, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued, to be issued, or served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 22, Jacob Hernandez to the podium. Number 15, Aaron Brown to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Jacob Hernandez, 12/28/96.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 cases. The first is an out-of-county warrant from the Apache Junction Municipal Court. The second is a Justice Court warrant out of the East Mesa Justice Court. And so let's start with the out-of-county matter. This is on one underlying allegation of shoplifting, a misdemeanor. This appears to be a pre-adjudication failure to appear warrant. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing at Apache Junction, which is April the 1st, 2026, 8:30 a.m. Moving briefly over to the East Mesa Justice Court matter, there's one underlying count of criminal trespass, 3rd degree, Class 3 misdemeanor, alleged on or about January the 11th of 2023. This appears to be a post-adjudication failure to pay warrant. This is a reprint. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing in East Mesa, which is April the 1st of 2026, 8:30 a.m. I understand you can't be in two places at once. This is your responsibility to contact one or more of these courts to coordinate the court date so you can attend. Additionally, I am setting bond at $1,000 on the Apache Junction matter. As to the East Mesa matter, I'm setting bond at $50. That's a nominal bond. Given the bond I'm already setting, the Apache Junction matter. So your grand total is $1,050. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not return to the scene of any alleged crime. Do not possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 15, Aaron Brown, to the podium. Number 3, Mario Pacheco, to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Aaron Brown, September 25th, 1985.
Thank you. We're here today on a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 of probation. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for April the 6th of 2026 at the Downtown Superior Court complex. That's at 8:30 in the morning. I'm affirming the amount already set in the probation violation warrant. That is $150. That's a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. Additionally, if you are released, do not possess weapons, do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
I'm not getting out then, right?
If you post bail, you'll be released. If you do not post bail, you'll be held in custody pending your court date, sir.
Okay,
All right, thank you. Actually, you know what? Let's go out of order. Number 20, Nicole So, to the podium. Number 3, Mario Pacheco, to the chair. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Name's Nicole So, date of birth 10/1994.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the West McDowell, the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 2 charges of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting 2 court dates for April the 13th and 16th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court complex. Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it's order releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Additionally, as you are released, do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing. Written notice you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
So I'll be released today under...
As to this matter, you are released, yes.
Okay. No questions.
Okay, thank you. Was there a question?
Yeah, he got a quick question about his Casa Grande matter.
Let's see here. Oh, hold on.
Oh, well, sorry.
To pull your case back up. All right, thank you, sir. Let's recall number 16, Desmond Warren. Go ahead, sir.
I do have a question on here. It says that this is $500 for the Casa Grande thing.
Yes.
When I spoke to them, they told me I only needed to pay a $200 bond.
Yes.
So why is this one $500 and the only thing they asked me, they said I need to pay for them was $200?
Yes. Given the warrant and the allegations surrounding your apprehension that brought you here today, I believe that that amount was appropriate. So that's why I said that.
So I have to pay Casa Grande $500 for
cash only appearance bond. So that's the amount that you would need to pay to be released on out of custody for the warrant case.
So I'm getting charged an additional $300 on top of the $200 I'm supposed to get for them.
I believed it was appropriate in the interest.
Okay, no, I'm just because that's why I'm just clarifying. Like, if they told me, so I was just clarifying why it's
Correct, $500, sir.
Okay,
All right, thank you. Number 3, Mario Pacheco to the podium. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
11/23/1983.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There's one charge of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. The arrest narrative indicates a possible driver's license revocation, but supplemental information that was provided by the county attorney's office indicates that it might be unclear whether the driver's license was actually revoked based on the information available at this time. Additionally, the MVD record abstract suggests that you may have a possible valid driver's license as recently as 2023, and so it wasn't clear to me the basis for the revocation that was alleged based on the supplemental information I received. And so I'm going to make a finding of no probable cause as to the allegation of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony, based on the lack of information, or I should say the vague and conflicting information given the status of your driver's license based on the available information at this time. And so I'm going to, well, let me back up. Here's what that means and here's what that doesn't mean. So it means that for today's purposes, I'm going to release you. However, it doesn't mean that in the event that the prosecution thought it had enough evidence to get a conviction for aggravated UI against you, that they couldn't still bring that case. Okay, so you still have to go to court at the very least. So your next court dates, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office for you and set court dates for April 13th and 16th of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for arrest. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, so I'm being released?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step to your left. That brings us to the end of the 2:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March the 29th of 2026. We'll stand in recess.
All rise.
Thank you. You may be seated. That's just making it worse. This is the 5:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March the 29th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will now read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of the plea, scheduling of sentencing, and to receive restitution for a person who is convicted causing you loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today for an initial appearance calendar. What that means is you're going to hear a little bit more about the allegations against you, whether or not you've been appointed counsel, your next court dates, and your release conditions. As I call you up to the podium, please approach the center podium here in the center of the courtroom. If you are next, please sit in the chair at the front of the gallery by the door. That just helps us have a smooth proceeding here tonight. And I see that Ms. Sauer is on the line. Ms. Sauer, what matter are you here on today?
Number 4, Your Honor.
Number 4. Very well. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Number 8, Daniel Camacho Lopez to the podium. Number 15, John Lozama to the chair, please. Afternoon, counsel. Afternoon. And Mr. Lopez may approach the monitor there because I believe he has the assistance of the ASL interpreter. All right, is that good there?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And did the interpreter already announce, Ms. Morse?
I did not. Jennifer Morse from the Court Interpreter's Office.
Okay, thank you very much. And good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Yes, my name is Daniel Camacho. My birthday is 1/9/85. And it's 26. And the month is, he does Spanish Sign Language, so December.
All right, very well, thank you. All right, sir, we are here today on a warrant out of the Santan Justice Court. There are 3 charges stemming from an initial arrest warrant issued by the Santan Justice Court. There's 1 charge of drug paraphernalia, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's 1 charge of driving under the influence, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's also an alternative version of driving under the influence, also charged a Class 1 misdemeanor, all alleged on or about July the 11th of 2021. I'm ordered that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is at the Santan Justice Court on April the 14th of 2026 at 9:00 a.m. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it is ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Additionally, as you are released, additional release conditions include: do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol, do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions?
No, none at all.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. You may collect your paperwork and step back to your left.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Morse, I believe that's our only ASL matter, but would you mind, well, can we see if we need any other ASL matters from the gallery? Okay.
Your Honor, if something comes up, they can send me an email and I
Sure.
can hop back on.
Sure, I'm not seeing any hands anyway. All right, Ms.
Okay.
Morse, well, thank you very much. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Thanks, bye-bye. Let's now proceed to number 15, John Lizama, to the podium. Number 10, Al Towns, to the chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
John Anthony Lizama, 8/28/81.
Thank you. We're here today on two cases. The first is a bench warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The second is an arrest warrant stemming from a direct complaint, also out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. Let's start with the bench warrant matter. There are two underlying charges. The first is possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. The second being possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, both alleged on or about March the 12th of 2022. I am affirming the appointment of existing counsel on that case. Likewise, moving briefly over to the direct complaint matter, there are two charges of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony, and one charge of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I should note for the record, the alleged date of offense is November the 30th of 2023 on that matter. And so, your next court dates are April the 3rd, 6th, and 7th of 2026. Two of those court dates are at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. Those are the dates on the 3rd and the 7th. However, there's an evidentiary hearing set for April the 6th of 2026 at 1:30 p.m. As to release conditions, I am affirming the bench warrant amount in the bench warrant case. That is $2,500. That is a secured appearance bond. However, because there is an allegation that you were on felony release while committing a new felony offense on the direct complaint matter, as a matter of Arizona law, I am unable to admit you to bail at this time. Therefore, I'm ordering that you be held without bail on that matter, pending the evidentiary hearing on the 6th. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 10, Al Towns, to the podium. Number 4, Amanda Hayworth, to the, well, you may approach council table 1 ready. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
My name's Al Hakeem Towns, 1778.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 probation violation warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department alleges that you have violated terms 2, 3, 4, 5, and 15 of probation in a petition to revoke your probation. I'm also noting that in the Form 4, it alleges what may amount to a Term 1 violation on top of the terms already alleged. And so, moving to the appointment of counsel, I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you as to both cases. You have a court date coming up on April the 6th of 2026. That's at 8:30 in the morning, the Downtown Superior Court Complex. As to the second probation violation matter, I am setting bail at $500. That is a secured appearance bond. However, as to the first probation violation matter, pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2C, I'm holding you to that bail at this time. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 4, Amanda Hayworth. You may approach council table. Number 6, Alec Perez, to the chair, please. All right, this is initial appearance matter marked number 4 on the calendar. Amanda Hayworth. Council, please announce.
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Sean Forrester with Amanda Hayworth, who's present in custody.
Don Sauer on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Hayworth, please tell me your name and date of birth.
Amanda Hayworth, 5991.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 charges. The first 2 are aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. The last is disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony. I'll hear argument on probable cause, if any.
Your Honor, based on the Form 4, I can see why Your Honor would find probable cause, but my client would dispute it. I think some significant facts are left out. If you check that property, it was my client's property. She was living on a 3.5-acre ranch in what you know is a fifth wheel. For all intents and purposes, she is a cowgirl. You can see from the Form 4, this happened at 11 o'clock at night. A really unusual time for somebody to say, hey, you got my horse, I think I'm just going to come back and take it. And so what had really transpired is someone we know is Ron and another male had showed up at 11 o'clock at night to take back a horse they thought was theirs. A horse that had been in my client's possession for the last 4 years. To my client's benefit, 2 young children, 2 minors showed up and knocked on the door and said, hey, some guys are on your property trying to take your horse. That would concern anybody. It's 11 o'clock at night. She's alone with her elderly mother, who's 73 years of age. Before she goes to see what's going on, she does grab her firearm. She doesn't know what's there. 2 men are on her property. She goes out, sees the man she knows is Ron trying to take a horse that she believes belongs to her, and we know the state of Idaho has said it is her horse. And another unknown man starts to approach her. She says, back off, I've got a firearm. They don't. The man continues to approach. She fires 1 shot, not into the air like it says in the Form 4, but into the ground. Doesn't stop the man from approaching, doesn't stop Ron from trying to take the horse. She fires a 2nd shot into the ground. That finally served its intended purpose. She said, I'm calling the police. Now, there's no reference to Form 4, but there will be a 911 call from my client, calling police, reporting what had happened, saying there's 2 strange men on her property taking her horse, admitting that she fired 2 shots in the ground because she had nothing to hide, saying she feared for her life, and then followed the instructions that they told her as to what to do with the firearm. And Your Honor, before I walked into this courthouse, I talked to her mother, Lynn. She was present. She would substantiate and corroborate everything that I had just told you. In fact, I got calls from my staff at 12:30 in the morning because she had such great support and such concern about what had happened. So the dispute from the horse aside, this happened on my client's property where she had the right to stay. Now, none of that's in the Form 4. It seems mostly like there's a copy and paste of the elements of the offense. So I know we've got some legal justification, right? But whether it's reckless disregard to shoot in the ground under these circumstances to up into the air is up for Your Honor to decide. But certainly under Title 13 and the Chapter 4 defenses where you've got defense of property, defense of others, you have 2 young children, an elderly mother and herself on the property with 2 men who are not invited to be there. So whether or not you can find that there's probable cause, Your Honor, that's all I've got to add on that.
Thank you. Mr. Forrester, it seems like you're referencing some information, and as you referenced, there's some limited information provided in the arrest narrative for the Form 4. I'm going to ask, Ms. Sauer, is there a DR on this case that's available?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I'll hear any argument from state.
Your Honor, in reviewing the Form 4, the Form 4 does lay out the elements of the offenses charged and indicate all of the elements of the offense of aggravated assault. It states that the defendant pointed a gun at the victims, and there's also sufficient facts to support disorderly conduct with a weapon. She fired shots as well. I feel quite confident that the defendant told the police everything that is relevant to the situation, and the police, in investigating, still believe that there was probable cause for these charges and charged the defendant accordingly.
Thank you. Courts considered the narrative in the Form 4 as limited as it is. The courts also considered the arguments of both counsel. The court will note, as Mr. Forrester pointed out, that, or at least as Mr. Forrester was arguing, that the facts of the case as recited by defense counsel would seem to implicate a justification defense. However, that does not deter the court from finding probable cause, at least at this time. The application or lack thereof of justification defense would go more to a trial issue, but that's an issue for a different day. And so the court's considered the arguments of counsel. The court's going to find probable cause. And Mr. Forrester, I noticed on your notice of appearance, moving to the appointment of counsel, that the appearance was for all further proceedings. I was going to appoint the public defender's office. If it's for all other proceedings, I'm not going to appoint the public defender's office. I'll just list you as counsel of record. Is that what you were in?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, very well. I'm going to edit the appointment of counsel. Just a moment. Very well. The initial appearance release order will reflect the appearance of counsel Sean Forrester. Ma'am, you have two court dates coming up on April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 a.m. at the downtown Superior Court complex. Counsel is ready. I'll hear your argument on release conditions.
Starting with defense?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'll incorporate all the facts as I just said to give Your Honor a better picture of where my client stands as to all this transpired. But my client's 34 years of age. She's got no criminal history, no felonies, no misters, no nothing. She's a cowgirl. She travels. She knows horses. She's handled firearms her whole life, so she knows firearms as well, so she knows what to do and what not to do. She's got a high school diploma. She's got incredibly low scoring risks on the pretrial services report. As you saw, there were 1 and 1 in terms of a flight risk. She's certainly not a danger to the community. She's certainly not a flight risk. In terms of wanting to see this through, I know the state had remarked, well, she's facing mandatory prison on one of the offenses. As part of her horse work, sometimes she has to go to Canada. So she certainly doesn't want a warrant, and certainly she wants to fight a felony so that she can do the cowgirl work that she wants to do in Canada. So this is a real big disruption to really her livelihood and her profession. Again, I woke up to a call from my staff at 12:30. Mom was involved. Mom was a witness. Mom immediately sought counsel to make sure that we could see this through, and here we are on a Sunday afternoon with me standing by her side. So knowing this happened on her property, it was with men who weren't supposed to be there in the first place. And certainly, as you know, we will argue down the road those justification defenses, but she didn't even go out looking for trouble. She had 2 young kids knock on her door and say, there's guys trying to take your horse, right? There's guys trying to take your horse. She didn't intend to go seek anyone. So when you take that into consideration, her lack of a criminal history, the recommendation for retrial services, her age, a bond certainly is not appropriate in this instance. I'm not even sure she needs to be released to pretrial services. She's not a flight risk. She's not a danger to anybody in the community. These 2 men brought the fight to her by trespassing on her property and trying to take her horse. And so in this instance, Your Honor, I would argue the least onerous conditions would be to release her on her own recognizance.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Sauer, you heard the argument of Mr. Forrester. I read the Form 4. I did have questions as to the genesis of the entry of the alleged victim or victims onto the property. And I know you stated earlier, Ms. Sauer, that there's no DR available. Any further information regarding the entry onto the property by alleged victims?
Your Honor, the only information the state has at this point is the facts that are presented in the Form 4. My reading of the Form 4 was that the horse belonged to the victim. There's no facts in the Form 4 to indicate that the victims were on someone else's property, but even if so, the Form 4 makes it clear that the defendant pointed a gun at these individuals. There is nothing in the Form 4 about there being any kind of risk to the defendant. I heard a lot of argument by counsel, but none of this has been proven as fact. None of this is in the Form 4. And at this point, we need to look at what's in the Form 4, and pointing a deadly weapon at at someone without any kind of personal provocation. There's nothing in here that states there was any provocation or risk to the defendant herself. And what we're left with is she pointed a gun at victims and she fired shots and they were in fear, and this is aggravated assault. The state believes a $50,000 secured appearance bond would be appropriate, Your Honor.
Just the address,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor,
Ms.
just a
Sauer.
quick rebuttal. The 2124 East Oasis Street, that's horse property. Right? And it's horse property my client's been permitted to live on since when?
November of last year.
Since November of last year.
All right, thank you, Mr. Forrester. All right. And the court will note, court's also received the victim impact statement and reviewed that. So to start out, the court appreciates the argument of both counsel. The genesis of the alleged victim or victims entering the property is a question that counsel has raised, that Mr. Forrester has raised here. And that may go to the viability or lack thereof of a justification defense. As I said before, that may be an issue for another day. Based on the information that the court has available to it, and that's why the court was asking, is there a supplemental DR? Can we get a handle on some more of the context of this situation? Based on the information that the court has available to it, the court does have some concerns about not only really the discharge of a weapon, and I did hear Ms. Sauer argue about the pointing of a deadly weapon. The court's reading of the Form 4 I'm trying to find it. In any event, the court's reading of the Form 4 was somewhat less definite. I do note that the victim impact statement appears to say have another version of events. So, court does have concerns about the discharge not once but twice of a firearm in the presence of not one but two alleged victims here. Court takes this seriously. So, courts consider the arguments of counsel, the defendant's age, the defendant's lack of misdemeanor or felony history, the defendant's education, the pretrial risks or the arrest and conviction history as reported by pretrial services, the allegations of the Form 4, yes.
I looked at the Form 4 again, and I feel like I should correct myself. It does not say that she pointed it. It states that she threatened to shoot him and displayed it. So I just wanted to clarify my comment.
Thank you, of course, and thank you for that correction, Ms. Sauer. That aligns more with the court's reading about the alleged pointing, where was the weapon pointed. So the court does have some question about that. So again, this all goes to either whether or not some sort of justification defense may or may not be viable somewhere down the road. That's an issue for another day. And so, however, out of an abundance of caution, the court does believe that bond is appropriate. However, the court does not believe that $50,000 is the appropriate level to be imposed to manage the pretrial risk. Therefore, the court's going to set bail in the amount of $25,000. That is a secured appearance bond. Ms. Hayworth, if you post bail, you'll be released. I'm also ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Ms. Hayworth, treat that as a miniature probation. In the event that you are released, you're going to have to get into contact with them and stay in contact with them throughout the pendency of the case. They're going to try to help you keep on track with attending your court dates and complying with your additional release conditions, which are: do not initiate contact with any victim. Do not have physical contact with any victim. Do not possess weapons. Do not possess drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued or to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing and contain the written orders that you are about to receive momentarily. The court will sign off on the release orders. The court's findings and imposition of release conditions today, of course, Mr. Forrester, is without prejudice to any sort of motion to modify. Maybe I'm repeating myself. Without prejudice to a motion to modify at some later date, it does sound like there may be supplemental information coming in the form of a departmental report that may shed additional light as to the questions that the court had today, but this is based on the limited information, admittedly, that the court has. And so, anything further from either counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Not for the defense. All right, any questions, Ms. Hayworth?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That will adjourn number 4, Amanda Hayworth. Counsel, you may return to the advisement room or as you wish.
Real quick, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Anything further, any other matters, Ms. Sauer?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You may be excused. Number 6, Alec Perez to the podium. Number 9, Christina Riccio to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Alec Perez, March 13th, 1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 4 charges. There's 1 charge of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, and 3 charges of disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm setting bail at $25,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bond, you'll be released. I'm also ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Think of that as a miniature probation that you're going to have to get into contact with and stay in contact with as the case moves forward while it's in court. So they're going to try and make sure you're getting to your court dates and complying with your additional release conditions, which are: do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
I do. My job entails that I handle just like razor blades and stuff like that. Am I allowed to carry those? And I usually carry a multi-tool that has a knife on it. Do I just exclude that from carrying and just...
That sounds like a question for counsel as to the scope of the okay. Orders. I will say that the text of the order is going to say, do not possess any weapons.
Right,
okay?
That's fine. Okay.
So I'll leave that to you to interpret it. Yes, granted, the allegation here is that a firearm was used, so the spirit of that is really in terms of firearms, but the scope of the order is any weapons.
Right. That's,
all right.
I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you. Number 9, Christina Riccio to the podium. Number 17, Jonathan Montejo Aguilar to the chair, please.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Christina Riccio, September 18, 1981.
Thank you. We are here today on an arrest warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There is one underlying charge of unlawful use of a means of transportation, a Class 5 felony, alleged on or about April the 25th of 2023. I am affirming the appointment of prior counsel and setting a status conference for you on April 3rd, 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse, setting bail at $10,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing the written orders you are about to receive. Do you have any questions?
Okay, so on my release, just to inform those things?
I'm sorry?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You may step your left. Number 17, Jonathan Montejo Aguilar to the podium. Number 12, Ian Hay to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jonathan Jesus Montejo Aguilar, 10/29/2006.
Thank you. We're here today on an out-of-county warrant coming from the Central Penal Justice Court. There are 2 underlying charges of assault and disorderly conduct. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing at the Central Penal Justice Court, which is April the 1st of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. I am affirming the amount already set in the warrant. That's $2,500. That is a cash-only appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions?
Just with that whole Pinal County Court, can I talk about that here, or I settle that over there?
If you have issues with that case, that's an issue for the Pinal County Court, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You may step to your left. Number 12, Ian Hay to the podium. Number 14, Rodolfo Espinoza Leon to the chair, please.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Ian Hay, May 2nd of 1982.
Thank you. We're here today on a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court dated September the 3rd of 2025. The court will note for the record there is one underlying count of criminal damage, a Class 5 felony, alleged on or about April the 19th of 2024. Court's affirming the appointment of prior counsel and setting two court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. And yes, sir?
I was set up. I did not commit these crimes.
All right, thank you, sir.
I was in Maryville Hospital at the time.
All right, thank you, sir.
And yes, I can prove it, sorry.
All right, thank you. The court's setting bail in the amount of $500. That's a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
What does that mean?
What?
What you just said. I don't understand.
So I've set bond, so if you post bond, you'll be released from custody. If you do not, you'll be held in custody pending your next court date, sir.
For things I didn't even do.
Well, sir, that's an issue for a different day. If you have questions about that, please talk to counsel. That will conclude the initial appearance. You may step to your left. Thank you.
Can I be released on OR?
Sir, I'm not inclined to revisit that. Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 14, Rodolfo Espinoza Leon to the podium. And we have our interpreter matters coming up. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name, date of birth.
Rodolfo Espinoza Leon. Date of birth, July 13, 1988.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Kyrene Justice Court. This appears to be an initial warrant arising from a complaint or citation on one underlying count of driving with a suspended license and misdemeanor alleged on or about April the 25th of 2023. Given the nature of the alleged offense, the court is not going to appoint counsel. However, you may retain counsel at your own expense if you wish to do so. Your next court date is April the 15th of 2026 at 9:30 a.m. at the Kyrene Justice Court. Do you promise to appear, sir?
Yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Additional release conditions as you are released. Do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing the written notice you're about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You may step to your left.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, and we're working on getting the interpreter on. Okay. All right, counsel.
I think someone's got to let me out.
Oh, somebody's got to let you out? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Can somebody batch him out? I would, but I'm up here.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night, counsel.
Thank you.
All right, do we have the interpreter on the line?
Hello, yes, this is Nicole. I'll be your Lion British Spanish interpreter, ID number 5344. I'm ready for your instructions.
Okay, thank you very much. We have three different people with interpreter matters. So let's start with the first one. Number one, Victor Garcia Hernandez to the podium. Number two, Heriberto Garcia Perez to the chair, please.
Buenas tardes, seré la intérprete de español, todo se permanecerá confidencial. Bueno, primera persona, Víctor García Hernández al podio, segunda persona, Alberto García Pérez a la silla, por favor.
Okay.
And good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth, and please wait for the interpretation.
Víctor García, 29 de julio,
Buenas noches, señor.
1987. Buenas tardes.
Go ahead, interpreter.
Sir, this is the interpreter. I'm going to ask him to wait for the interpretation next time. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
Ok. Señor, buenas noches nuevamente. Yo soy la intérprete y le agradecería que por favor espere unos segundos a que termine con la interpretación para no cruzarnos, ¿bien? Para confirmar fecha de nacimiento 29 de julio del 87, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Gracias. Thank you for waiting, sir. Victor Garcia, July 29th of 1987.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There's one charge of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. There's also one charge of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing counsel for you through the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office.
Bien, gracias, señor. Estamos aquí el día de hoy por un nuevo caso del condado de Maricopa, exactamente de la Corte Superior. El primer caso es un caso de agresión agravada, hallazgo de clase 6. Luego tenemos un delito menor de clase 1. Yo vengo a ser el defensor asignado a usted a través de la Defensoría del Condado de Maricopa.
You have two court dates coming up on April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex.
Bien, usted tiene dos fechas para presentarse a la Corte, el 3 de abril y el 7 de abril de 2026, ambas a las 8:30 de la mañana en el complejo de la Corte Superior del Centro.
Okay.
I am setting bail at $7,500. That is a secured appearance bond. I am also ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency, which you will have to get into contact with and stay in contact with throughout the pendency of your case.
This is your interpreter, sir, to confirm that $7,500 bail for the secured appearance bond, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Bien, estoy estableciendo una fianza de $7,500. Esta es una fianza para garantizar que usted se presente. También se le está asignando la agencia de la Corte Superior para el juicio gratuito. Es una agencia para el juicio gratuito con la cual usted va a tener que permanecer en contacto durante toda la duración de su caso.
Okay.
I'm also ordering mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. Additionally, do not initiate contact with any victim. Do not possess weapons. Do not possess drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued, to be issued, and served upon you.
Bien, y también se está ordenando un monitoreo electrónico obligatorio antes de que sea liberado. Usted no debe iniciar ningún tipo de contacto con ninguna de las víctimas. Adicionalmente, no debe estar en posesión de armas, no debe consumir drogas que no hayan sido recetadas, no debe consumir alcohol. Asimismo, tiene que obedecer cualquiera de los términos de cualquier orden de protección u orden de alejamiento para protección en contra de acoso que se le haya sido entregada o que vaya a ser entregada y procesada en el futuro.
Okay. Other release conditions will be in writing that you will receive in your paperwork. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Las otras condiciones de su liberación estarán de forma escrita, la cual usted va a recibir en sus documentos. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta para mí, señor?
No me quedó muy claro cuál era el cargo mayor que tenía.
It wasn't clear to me. What was the most important charge that I have?
Is he asking for the name of the charge?
¿Está preguntando por el nombre del cargo?
Sí.
The charges are
Yes.
one charge of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, and one charge of misdemeanor assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, sir.
This is the interpreter, sir. To confirm, first aggravated assault, Class 6 felony, and the other one was a misdemeanor, Class 1, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Bien, señor, los cargos son los siguientes. El primer cargo es un cargo de agresión agravada. Este es un delito de clase tipo 6. Y el segundo cargo es un delito menor, clase tipo 1.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. You may step to your left.
Thank you.
Gracias, señor. Puedes retirarse.
Let's now proceed with number 2, Herberto Garcia Perez, to the podium. Number 13, Unesques Vega Perez, to the chair.
Bien, vamos a proceder con el número 2, Alberto García Pérez al podio, y número 3, Unesques Vega Pérez a la silla.
Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth, and please wait for the interpretation.
Good evening. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, señor.
Mi nombre es Heriberto García Pérez y mi fecha de nacimiento es 28 de agosto de 1996.
Good evening. My name is Heriberto Garcia Perez, and my date of birth is August 28th of 1996.
Thank you, sir. And as we proceed, I'll just ask you to wait for the interpretation so that we can have a smooth initial appearance here tonight.
Bien, gracias, señor. Y conforme procedemos, le voy a pedir que por favor espere la interpretación para que podamos tener una presentación sin problemas esta noche.
We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There is one charge of aggravated driving under the influence, which is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause, and I am appointing counsel for you through the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office.
Bien. Bueno, señor, estamos aquí el día de hoy con respecto a un caso nuevo presentado por la Corte Superior del Condado de Maricopa. El cargo es por conducir bajo influencias agravado. Es un delito de clase 4 y sí encontramos causa probable. Yo soy su representante o consejero asignado a través de la Defensoría del Condado de Maricopa.
You have two court dates coming up on April the 13th and 16th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. Do you promise to appear?
Usted tiene dos fechas para la corte que han sido programadas para el día 13 de abril y 16 de abril de 2026, ambas a las 8:30 de la mañana en el complejo de la Corte Superior del Centro. ¿Usted promete presentarse?
Sí, prometo.
Yes, I promise.
Based on your promise to appear, I'm ordering that you be released on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. As you are released, additional release conditions apply. Do not possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Bien, en base a su promesa, estoy ordenando que usted sea liberado bajo sus propias responsabilidades. Pero si usted falla o omite su presentación en la corte, se emitirá una orden para su arresto. Esta liberación también viene con condiciones. Usted no puede poseer ni consumir ningún tipo de droga sin ninguna prescripción válida. No puede poseer ni consumir alcohol. Y no puede conducir ningún vehículo sin una licencia válida.
Other release conditions will apply, which are in writing in the paperwork that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Pueden aplicar otras condiciones para la liberación, las cuales estarán en escrito en los documentos que usted está a punto de recibir. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta para mí, señor?
No, todo bien. Todo bien, gracias.
No, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You may step to your left.
Gracias, muchas gracias, señor. Puede tomar un paso a la izquierda.
Moving now to number 13, Yunescus Vega Perez to the podium.
Continuando con el número 13, Yunescus Vega Pérez al podio.
Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth, and please wait for the interpretation.
Buenas noches, señor. Por favor, dígame su nombre, fecha de nacimiento y por favor también espere a la interpretación.
Yunieskis Vega Pérez, 040385.
Yuleskis Vega Perez, 040385.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There is one charge of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony.
Gracias. Estamos aquí el día de hoy respecto a un nuevo caso presentado por la Corte Superior del Condado de Maricopa. Tiene un cargo señalando un crimen de clase 4 por conducir un vehículo bajo la influencia de sustancias agravado.
The statutory subsection that you are charged under requires that you be charged with a third or subsequent DUI offense after you have previously been convicted of any combination of DUI convictions within 84 months.
This is interpreter, sir. You said within 84 months, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Bien. La subsección de la ley por la cual usted, o la subsección legal que se aplica por el cargo que se le está poniendo, requiere que se le impute también una subsección tercera después de haber sido condenado anteriormente por conducir bajo la influencia de sustancias dentro de los últimos 84 meses.
However, based on the limited information I was given in the arrest narrative, I only located a single prior conviction that was not sufficient to establish probable cause for the offense of aggravated driving under the influence as you've been charged with it.
Sin embargo, en base a la información limitada que se me ha dado respecto al arresto, viendo que solamente hay una convicción previa, no es suficiente para establecer causa probable de los cargos de conducir bajo la influencia de forma agravada.
The arrest narrative did reference a 2019 DUI arrest, but I was unable to find record of a no conviction for that arrest. Likewise, the court's own records do not list a conviction stemming from that arrest.
El arresto puso en referencia un arresto por conducción bajo las influencias 2019. Sin embargo, no pude encontrar ningún registro de alguna convicción por dicho cargo anteriormente. De la misma forma, los registros no ponen en lista que haya sido condenado por aquel cargo anteriormente.
What this means, sir, is that overall, I was not provided sufficient information to find probable cause for aggravated DUI as you've been charged. Here's what that means, and here's what that doesn't mean for you.
Bien, lo que esto significa, señor, en general, es que no he recibido información suficiente para encontrar causa probable de un caso de manejo o conducción de un vehículo bajo las influencias agravadas, como usted fue cargado. Y esto es lo que significa para usted y lo que no significa.
What it does mean is that for today's purposes, I'm going to release you. What it does not mean is that the prosecution still could not go forward if the state thought it had enough evidence to obtain a conviction. So you still have to go to court.
Lo que eso significa, señor, es que por el día de hoy usted va a ser liberado. Pero lo que no significa es que la defensa no puede continuar si el Estado llega a encontrar evidencia de causa probable, así que usted de todas formas tiene que presentarse a corte.
And so, I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting 2 court dates for April the 13th and 16th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you have any questions?
Sir, this is the interpreter to confirm dates were 13th and 16th or 14th and 16th?
13th and 16th.
Thank you, sir. Bien. Por lo tanto, yo he sido el defensor público asignado a usted y usted tiene 2 fechas de corte, las cuales son 13 de abril y 16 de abril de 2026 a las 8:30 de la mañana en el complejo de la Corte Superior del Centro. Si usted falla en presentarse o no se presenta, se puede emitir una orden para su arresto. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta para mí?
No, gracias.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You may step to your left.
Muchas gracias, señor. ¿Puede dar paso a la izquierda?
All right, that is our last interpreter matter. Thank you very much. The interpreter may be excused.
All right. Thank you for calling Lionbridge. Interpreter 5 for disconnecting.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to take a pause to do a couple of warrants. Item mark number 5 on the calendar, Jose Martinez, date of birth 10/24/2002. Mr. Martinez is not present here in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office is that there was some combativeness, and so he was unable to join us for the in-person initial appearance. So we will proceed in absentia for the time being. Once we're done here, I'll move cell side to conduct the initial appearance with Mr. Martinez in person. If there are any changes to the release orders I'm about to read out, they'll be reflected in the written orders, not on the audiovisual feed here. This is a new case at Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 charges of aggravated assault, 1 charge of possession of narcotic drugs, 1 charge of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, 1 charge of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office, setting 2 court dates for April 3rd and 7th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse, setting bail at $5,000, secured appearance with pretrial supervision and mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before Mr. Martinez is released. Other release conditions reduced to writing, and the written orders that Mr. Martinez will receive during the cell side initial appearance after the calendar is done here. Moving now to number 7, Zachary Legg, date of birth 12/28/1995. Mr. Legg is not present here in the courtroom for his initial appearance. The note from the sheriff's office is that there was some combativeness, and so we're unable to do the in-person initial appearance at this time. We'll proceed in absentia for the time being. After the initial appearance is done, we'll move south side to do the initial appearance in person with Mr. Legg. This is a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 charges: discharging a firearm at non-residence, Class 3 felony, aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, and unlawful discharge of a firearm, city limits, Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office and setting 2 court dates for April 3rd and 7th of 2026, 8:30 a.m. The court's in receipt of a victim impact statement that I've just seen, so I will review that now. This is a reprint. Court dates are April 3rd and 7th of 2026, 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Bail is set at $50,000 cash only with pretrial supervision in the event that Mr. Legg is released with additional release conditions reduced to writing, and the written orders that Mr. Legg will receive during the in-person initial appearance. To come, if there are any changes, they'll be reflected in the written orders, not on the audio-visual feed here. That brings us to the end of the 5:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 29th of 2026. We'll stand in recess.
Your Honor, this is the jail.
Yeah.
Mendes Sabian refused.
Okay, we need to talk to the attorneys about that. Is the county attorney on with us?
Yes, Your Honor, good evening.
This person's refused, I think, for the last 3 times. I did read your recommendation. So what did the attorney suggest we do? Keep continuing because you want them held.
Your Honor, if Mr. Santini is also in agreement, I think if he's okay waiving he already waived his appearance by refusing to appear before the court, if we can proceed without a defendant.
Yeah, I'm not, Ricardo Santini for the accused here, Your Honor. I'm not agreeing to the bond, but given that he's refused for the last 2 and seeing that he has no relevant history, I think I'd be willing to waive his presence, at least so we can get an attorney down to see him if something's going on.
Yeah.
If you hold him. I'm going to ask for his release, but if you hold him, at least we can have an attorney come down and see why he's refusing.
Okay, so the state, I read your recommendation. Usually I like you to put it on the record. You're recommending $10,000. Do you have anything that you want to add to that?
Yes, Your Honor. The basis for the recommendation, there is a concern that defendant, let's just make sure I have the right note here. I apologize, Your Honor. Let me just make sure I didn't close it.
They're all ones on everything. I was planning on releasing him, but if you can tell me why.
Yes, Your Honor. Bear with me. Just to make sure I have the right facts. I do acknowledge, Your Honor, that he does have limited criminal record, but we do have a vehicle collision, and the concern is that he left the scene, so there is a concern of the fly risk. He was not forthcoming also with the jail staff, meaning he was not complying with the jail. So there is that main concern, Your Honor, that he was driving, there's a collision, and there's a flight risk as he already left the scene after the collision.
All right, attorney for the defendant. Counsel.
So, Judge, I'd be asking for Mr. Mendez's release. Noting as the court does, he's a 1-1 on the scale. He has no felony criminal history at all, no felony or misdemeanor history, so no prior DUIs. Looking at the interim complaint was from the 28th. Okay, sorry, I missed the line that the state had indicated, but this doesn't necessarily read as your typical DUI either, so I don't think that he of future DUI behavior given that. So I would ask for his release, Judge. If not, I would ask for a nominal bond of $500 given his indigency, his youth, his lack of priors, and his assessment on the scales.
All right, I'm going to release him and give him a new court date on April the 20th with standard release conditions. As he's not appeared, and I will allow his waiver of appearance. I don't think he's at jeopardy since I'm releasing him, so I will release him and give him a new court date. I respect the state's position, but I also respect what pretrial is saying, so thank you.
Papers?
Can I have your name, please?
Jonathan Russell Barzil.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have DV charges out of the town of Marana, city of Marana. I am going to release you and give you a new court date on April the 22nd in Marana with standard release conditions. No alcohol or drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. Don't return to the scene of the crime and have no contact with any victims. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police wants to get your property. Your new court date's going to be April the 10th at 10 a.m. 22nd, I'm sorry, at 10 a.m. You must appear on that date or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're being released. Good luck to you.
Let's give you a more specific address on the Marina Courthouse. All right. Thank you. The property will probably be a couple hours.
Just go out that door. I'll see if the mail's. Your Honor, we're currently grabbing 2 and 3 from the misdemeanors. Would you like to see Monica in the meantime?
We'll see whoever you want.
Okay.
What,
Monica?
what name is that?
Christensen? Monica? Right here. Oh.
See. All right.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Monica F. Christensen.
I am Judge Faithful. You're here today because you have new charges of devious assault and disorderly conduct. I am going to release you under standard release conditions and give you a new court date of May the 4th at 9:30 in the morning with Judge Mayhew in Tucson City Court. Those standard release conditions include don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, don't return to the scene of the crime, and don't have any contact with any victims. You are being released. Good luck to you. Make sure you make your court date, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all.
Okay,
You're gonna go to go out that door. They'll tell you where to go, and then they're gonna process you out once it's all over. All right, then go ahead. No worries.
Have a seat, please. Hi, can I have your name?
Isabel Miller.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of trespassing and domestic violence interfering with judicial proceedings. Do you understand why you're here?
Yes, sir.
I think I saw you the other night, right?
Yeah.
Thanks. I didn't think I was that popular. Anyway, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000, give you a new court date Thursday at 8:30 in Green Valley Justice Court with the standard release conditions that I imposed before, which including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. However, in this case, I am going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to appoint Anna Dennis to be your lawyer. So in this matter, your next court date is going to be on Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. They may bring your other cases together for that purpose, but Ms. Dennis has been appointed to your lawyer. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court. If you don't post the bond, you'll see the court at that time. Good luck to you.
Amen. Stand up.
That's all. So they can hold you.
And then have a seat right here. Or you just go. Okay.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jairo Marel Pacheco Caudillo.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on a charge of driving on a suspended license. You understand why you're here?
Sir.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of April the 9th at 9:30 in the morning in Justice Court in downtown Tucson with Judge Foster. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't drive without a license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, and don't commit any new crimes. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay, you're being released. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Thank you.
James, over here, sir.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Kevin Robert James.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on a failure to appear out of Tucson City Court for assault. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of May the 4th at 2 p.m. in Tucson City Court.
Thank you, sir. I'm homeless at the time, and so I had lost the paper. That's why I did not make
Right.
that appointment.
Your new court date is going to be May the 4th at 2 o'clock. Standard release conditions will apply, which include remain law abiding, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. I got you.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Nicole Leon.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with criminal damage, domestic violence out of the city of Tucson. I am going to release you and give you a new court date of May the 5th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Millian at Tucson City Court. The following release conditions will be imposed. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, commit no new offenses. Additional conditions are have no contact with any victims, don't return to any victim location or to their residence. If you have property at that location, you may contact Tucson Police and go over there and obtain that property. Good luck to you. You are being released. Make sure you make your court date on May 5th.
Thank you. Okay, go out that door, have a seat with the females. Nelson? Over here, Nelson.
Sir, can I have your name?
Frank Nelson.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on two different things. First, you have a warrant or a new charge out of the city of Marana. You're charged with pedestrian failure to yield to a vehicle and drug paraphernalia. Following the request of Marana, I am going to release you, give you a new court date in Marana on April the 22nd at 10 a.m. with standard release conditions, which include remaining law-abiding, no alcohol, no drugs, and make all future court hearings and no weapons. So on your Marana case, you are being released. Let's go on now to talk about your city of Tucson matters. You have multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $500 on your city of Tucson cases. I'm going to give you a video review date of April the 6th at 1:45 p.m. with Judge Blue. Standard release conditions will apply that I went over earlier. The additional thing that I'm doing in your Tucson case is appointing the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. So your new court date in Tucson is April the 6th at 1:45 p.m. And you do have an attorney. If you post the bond, you must appear. Otherwise, you'll appear by video. Good luck to you.
So you're good to go.
Thank you.
Armand? What's your first name?
Yeah.
Jimmy? Jimmy? Okay, have a seat. Thank you.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Janine Ramon?
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have new charges and warrants out of the city of Tucson for assault, domestic violence. What I'm going to do is set your bond in the amount of $200 and set this matter for a hearing on April the 8th at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Millian. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear at that same date, time, and place. The standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, commit no acts of domestic violence. Also, you cannot return to the scene of the crime and not have any contact with any victims. If you have property at that location, you can contact police and go to that location with them only. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Joyla? Yes,
Right.
go ahead and see anything else.
Can I have your name, please?
Joyla Ramon.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $500 cash secured. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to give you a new court date of April the 7th if you are still in custody, April the 14th if you're released. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. The release conditions in your case are no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, don't commit any new offenses. So your bond is $500. If you post it, you must appear. Otherwise, you'll appear for video on that time. But I have appointed a lawyer for you on all cases. So good luck to you.
Ramon. Roberto.
Good evening, sir. The interpreter is with us, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize he was a Spanish speaker.
Yeah.
Buenas noches, señor.
Buenas noches.
Good evening.
Sir, you're here.
¿Puede ser su nombre?
Sir,
Gilberto Barrera.
Gilberto Barrera is his name.
thank you. Sir, you're here today charged with criminal damage.
Usted, señor, está aquí presente debido a una imputación por daños a propiedad ajena.
Felony DUI.
Manejar en estado de embriaguez como delito grave
And leaving the scene of an accident.
y darse a la fuga después de un choque o un accidente.
The state have a recommendation in this case.
¿La fiscalía tiene alguna recomendación para este caso?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending a $5,000 bond with pretrial service.
Sí, su señoría, la fiscalía recomienda una fianza de $5,000 con servicios previos a juicio.
The basis will be the fact that this is an aggravated DUI runway. The defendant left the scene and there's a significant amount of damage that was caused with the collision that was head on against the victim as he was driving on a highway.
Sí, pues debido al hecho de que fue manejar en estado de embriaguez como delito grave, hubo bastantes daños y luego se dio la fuga después del choque y también pues chocó de frente, ocasionando bastante daño.
The state believes the defendant is a flight risk, Your Honor.
Y la fiscalía piensa que él presenta un riesgo de darse la fuga, su señoría.
What's the defense position?
Y la postura de la defensa.
Judge, we've been asking for Mr. Barrera's release. I'd like to note that he's a 1-1 on the NTA and the FCA scale, and he has no criminal history whatsoever at 31 years old.
Bueno, su señoría, nosotros pedimos libertad sin fianza debido a que sus calificaciones en los rangos de cometer delitos nuevos son de 1 en 1 y tiene 31 años y no tiene antecedentes penales.
He's a lifelong Tucsonian with housing and full-time employment, and his brother, Ricardo, did verify that information and indicated that he would be willing to assume third-party custody of Mr. Barrera.
El señor Barrera ha vivido en Tucson durante toda su vida. Tiene empleo, tiene su propia residencia y su hermano Ricardo comentó que él estaría dispuesto a aceptar custodia de él como parte tercera en este asunto.
If you are inclined to hold him on a bond, Judge, we'd be asking for a much more reasonable $1,100 bond given his indifferency.
Y su señoría, y si está dispuesto o piensa o se inclina a imponer una fianza, pediríamos que sea no más de $1,100 debido a su estado de pobreza.
I'm going to take the following actions in this matter.
Voy a escuchar los asuntos de delitos graves en este asunto.
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent the defendant.
Voy a asignar la defensoría de oficio para representar al acusado.
I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on April the 8th at 1:30 p.m.
Voy a fijar este asunto para una audiencia preliminar el día 8 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde.
I'm going to set the bond at $2,500 cash secure.
Y voy a fijar una fianza de $2,500 en efectivo.
If bond is posted, he'll be supervised by pretrial services.
Si logro pagar la fianza, va a quedar bajo la supervisión de servicios previos del juicio.
Standard release conditions will apply.
Se aplicarán las reglas normales de libertad,
Including no driving without a valid license,
y eso incluye no manejar sin licencia vigente,
no alcohol,
nada de consumo de alcohol,
no illegal drugs,
nada de consumo de droga ilícita,
no weapons, and remain law-abiding.
no puede portar armas y tiene que acatar la ley.
Lastly, no contact with any alleged victim.
Y por último, no puede tener contacto ni comunicación con ninguna de las víctimas, presuntas víctimas.
Good luck to you, sir. Your new court date is April the 8th.
Suerte, señor. La nueva audiencia va a ser día 8 de abril.
Entonces, su fianza, sí, está. Ese es un número por sus abogados. Alguien de mi oficina para aportar en 2 días nomás. Este no es una audiencia real, este es una fecha límite para formalizar los cargos porque los cargos ahora son informales. Entonces el Estado tiene que tiene hasta este día para formalizar las cargas. Si pagas la fianza, por favor, marque este número, este servicio previos al juicio. Tiene que marcar él si pagas esta fianza. Sí, también si pagas esta fianza, marque su abogado también. ¿Ok?
Hace rato explicó, entonces no puedo venir hoy.
No, sí, sí, porque una fianza no puede salir hoy. Si puedes pagar la fianza, puedes salir. Tiene que pagar 10%, entonces 250. Y algo como una seguridad, como un paso como así. Su familia puede hablar con una persona de fianzas también y él puede ayudar.
Entonces, ya, voy a quedar aquí.
Sí, no vas a salir hoy, pero si alguien en su familia para pagar la fianza, puede salir. Pero hasta este momento, no puede salir.
Ok, pero si no pueden pagar eso, ¿como para cuánto saldría?
Si no puede pagar tiene que esperar por esta fecha para ver si es para cargarle o no.
Tengo que esperar aquí en la cárcel hasta el 8 de abril.
Sí. 2 semanas.
La otra tengo que pagar todo esto hoy si quiero salir.
Sí, por 10% y la seguridad.
¿Cómo que 10%? Todo.
10% es aquí.
150.
Sí.
Entonces, ¿puedo pagar 250 hoy?
Sí, y el título de amparo, como así.
250 hoy y doy un qué?
Sí. Y da una título, un caso, un carro.
¿Dejo un título de un carro de esas?
Sí, para pagar con eso también. Okay. Tienes otras personas, lo siento, señor, pero voy a salir y puedes...
¿Me lo vas a explicar fuera?
Sí, vas a esperar fuera.
Ok.
Sí, sí.
Can I have your name, please?
Arturo Pettis.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with felony DUI and possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond of $10,000 with pretrial service based on the defendant's criminal history. He does have a history of failing to comply with probations. There is also a pattern of a DUI. It does, we do have the pretrial service report listing the 2011. Nonetheless, for the interim, there was another contact where his license suspended for the interim per se from 2020. For the basis of those recommendations, Your Honor, the state believes a higher bond is necessary to have the defendant understand he cannot be driving with a suspended license, and we also have information referencing the impairment.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we'd be asking for Mr. Gladys's release this evening, noting that his prior DUI is from 2011, and he doesn't have a lengthy DUI history. In his prior case, he was released on bond and he had no failures to appear. So that indicates that he would be amendable to supervision. He does have housing as well as employment in Tucson, Judge, so those do weigh towards his release.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set the matter for a preliminary hearing on April the 8th. I'm going to set the bond at $2,500 cash secured. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, commit no crimes, no firearms. I am appointing the Office of Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. That bond is a cash secured bond, pretrial services if the bond is posted. Sir, your new court date is April the 8th. If you post the bond, you must appear in person. If not, you'll be transported to your hearing, but you will have a public defender for all further proceedings. Good luck to you. And I think the interpreter can be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
If you have a good evening. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jacob Trujillo.
I am Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance this evening. Purpose of this hearing is to set release conditions. You have two things going on. First, you have a warrant out of the Pima County Grand Jury where the judge returned a bond amount of $25,000. Then you also have new charges of driving on a suspended license and driving a motorcycle without a motorcycle license. Does the state have a recommendation on the felony matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending and requesting for the court to impose that grand jury warrant. The defendant does have a criminal history referencing Miss DV. The defendant also has an active order of protection. Looking at the facts of the case, Your Honor, there is information that referenced a collision on the DV matter when there was an argument with the listed victim. There is a concern for the state that the defendant is also before the court on a new misdemeanor driving with his license suspended. For that basis, Your Honor, concern for victim, ongoing risk, the state believes the bond requested from the grand jury is appropriate.
Attorney for the defendant.
We ask for Mr. Trujillo's release to pretrial services, Judge. He has no felony history. He is actively involved in his misdemeanor case. It looks like in 2024, he successfully completed that probation, which would indicate that he's amendable to supervision. He's never been arrested on this matter before, Judge, so he wasn't aware of the warrant. His father did verify both that Mr. Trujillo has lived in Tucson for a decade now, and is gainfully employed as a cook. He also has secondary employment in the construction industry as well. And his father is also willing to assume third-party custody of Mr. Trujillo. So given those, Judge, those do weigh to release to pretrial services. If you're not inclined for release to pretrial services, Judge, he wouldn't be able to pay the $25,000 bond. It'd be akin to no bond. So we'd be asking for a more reasonable $1,100 bond, which is something that, even given his indigency, he may be able to post.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I am going to set this matter for an arraignment. That arraignment is going to be on April the 6th at 1:30 p.m. I am appointing the public defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. I am going to affirm the amount set by the judge at returns of $25,000. That would be a cash secured bond, pretrial if bond is posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, and do not commit any crimes. So on the felony matter, I am affirming the bond amount. On the Justice Court matter, I'm going to order that he be released, but inform the Justice Court he does have a hold so they can make the proper arrangements. I'm going to set that matter for the 8th at 8:30 in the morning. Sir, your bond has been set at $25,000. If you post it, you will be released, but you must appear in court. If you don't post it, you'll be transported for your arraignment, and an attorney has been appointed for you in all proceedings. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Can I speak to you? Yeah. All right, I think that's all that I have on my list. Is that right, Judge?
Yes. Thank you for your help tonight. Anything further from the defense?
Not for me, Judge. You have a good night. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Anything from the defendant? The prosecutor, I'm sorry.
No, Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, everybody have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All rise.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 8:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March the 29th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar. Got an echo there. Let's fix that. On the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll now read the victim's rights advisement. If you're the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you're advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, to receive restitution from a person who's convicted of causing a loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today on an initial appearance calendar. That means you're going to hear a little bit more about the allegations against you, whether or not you've been appointed counsel, your next court dates, and your release conditions. As I call you up, please approach the center podium here in the courtroom. If you are next, please sit in the chair that is next to the door at the front of the gallery. That just helps us have a smooth proceeding here tonight. Let's start. Number 2 on the calendar, Cloyd Crow to the podium. Number 15, Miguel Gonzalez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Cloyd Crow, 10/4/91.
Thank you. We are here today on 3 cases. All 3 of these are probation violation matters out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department alleges violations of terms 3, 4, and 5 of probation and petitions to revoke your probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you, setting a court date across all 3 of your cases for April the 6th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse. As to all 3 matters, pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2C, I am holding you without bail at this time. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 15, Miguel Gonzalez to the podium. Number 1, Terrence Mitchell to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Miguel Gonzalez, May 15, 1984.
Thank you. We're here today on 3 cases. The first is a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The remaining 2 are probation violation warrants, also out of Maricopa County Superior Court. As to the first case, there are 2 charges. The first, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. The second, shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. As to all 3 cases, I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. As to, let's see here, as to court dates, you have court dates coming up on April the 3rd, 6th, and 7th of 2026. As to release conditions, as to your new case, I'm setting bail in the amount of $7,500. That is a secured appearance bond. However, as to your probation violation matters pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2C, I am holding you without bail at this time. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, sir. I have a civil complaint on MCSO, Tempe, Phoenix, and Tolleson, and I am now like day 3 or 4 where I have to amend for the dismissal or motion to dismiss. So this would ruin my chances to amend that correctly. So I'm homeless and there's a reason that civil complaint is in. So I need to amend that. I need to amend my civil complaint so everything in there is correct and my life can get the stability that it once had prior to my life being ruined by police. So I have no problem with the ankle monitor because I've had it before, and I abide by all the rules. And this is a direct, this is a reflection of too many police involvements on frivolous charges that ruined my career. And there's more civil complaints that need to be filed and federal complaints that need to be filed with Supreme Court questions involved in them. So this is impacting my life and driving me deeper into the ground. And I quit a maintenance job at Nestle Health Science at $35 an hour when Tempe dropped a theft charge that was on me for over a year and a half that impacted many jobs that I couldn't get as a high earner, industrial maintenance, technician, supervisor, mining, you name it. So I'm not out here being, I know
I'm
that
sorry,
looks
sir.
dumb.
What is your question?
My question is, I need to amend the civil action that I have on 4 entities of law enforcement, and I'm down to like 6 or 7 days to make those amendments. I don't have that stuff on me. It wouldn't get to me in enough time. And I know how stuff works when it comes to once you're inside, as far as like requesting legal and all that. So I have no issue with having an ankle monitor or being on house restriction, so that I can amend my civil action complaint. And now that's on the record, me saying it correctly, because they're motioning to dismiss my civil complaint.
All right, thank you for your input, sir. I don't think it's appropriate to revise your release conditions at this time. If you wish to seek review of the release conditions, you may do so by motion. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office for you. That is a conversation between yourself and counsel, but that's for a different date, sir. Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 1, Terrence Mitchell to the podium. Number 5, Clyde Barker to the chair, please. Okay. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Terrence Mitchell, 05/30/2003.
Thank you. We're here today on 2 cases. The first is a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The second is a probation violation warrant also out of Maricopa County Superior Court, alleging a Term 1 violation. As we know, Term 1 of probation is do not commit new crimes while out on probation. We have a new submittal for a new criminal case out of Maricopa County. So let's start with the new case. There is 1 charge of armed robbery, a Class 2 felony, 1 charge of misconduct involving weapons, a Class 4 felony, and 1 charge of failure to admit to carrying a deadly weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. As to both cases, I am appointing the Public Defender's Office and setting court dates for you for April the 3rd, 6th, and 7th of 2026. All of those are at 8:30 in the morning. I am going to take a moment to review an impact statement. So give me just a moment. All right, having reviewed the impact statement, I'm going to pronounce release conditions. As to your new case, sir, I'm setting bail at $100,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond with pretrial services, supervision, and mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you're released, with other release conditions in writing. However, as to your probation violation matter, I am holding you without bail pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2C. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 5, Clyde Barker to the podium. Number 6, Dustin Mills to the chair, please. Over here, sir.
Okay, sorry, sir. Sorry.
All right. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Clyde Barker, 1968, 10/10.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There's 1 charge of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you, setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm setting bail at $10,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, I'm ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency with mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. Additionally, if you are released, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is issued to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I'm from Jamaica, sir. I never do anything. I never even go back to the house. My wife, I stay with a friend, sleep in my car sometimes, sleep in a different house sometimes, stay in my car, and my wife come over, because she put the restraining order upon me, and she take picture and stuff like that, and she leave, and then she says she gonna mess me up, and this is what she do. She call the police and tell them, say, me come to the house. I didn't do nothing, sir. I sleep in my car, and I sleep sometime in my friend's house. I didn't do nothing. I'm not a violent person, sir. Never been. Never been. Not in Jamaica here. Never. Never been a violent person, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Based on what I am seeing in the arrest narrative, sir, and I understand your input, and thank you for your input, I am not inclined to revisit the issue of probable cause, nor am I inclined to review the release conditions that I have said. I believe they're appropriate given the information that I have. If you wish to seek review of the release conditions, you may do so by motion. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you, so you may talk to counsel as to whether or not review is appropriate, but that's an issue for another day, sir.
Yeah, and my car is like at the park too, sir. That's where the officer come, and I was driving to the park, and then he tell me park in the. I don't even know what he was, and he's a park, and then he put me in handcuff and said my wife. And I said, for what?
Understood, sir. That sounds like a question that you may have as to the merits of the case. Again, that's an issue for another day. So please talk to counsel about the issues that you're taking with the factual allegations. However, again, as I said, that's for a different day, sir. All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left.
Okay.
Number 6, Dustin Mills to the podium. Number 11, David Allen to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Dustin Mills, 9/30/96.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of Maricopa County Superior Court. There's one charge of misconduct involving weapons, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you, setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026, both at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex, setting bail at $7,500. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol, contact your parole officer within 24 hours. It appears there may be a possible hold from the Department of Corrections.
I'm not on parole, sir.
So you may talk to counsel about whether or not that's the case, whether or not it's a good idea to try and post bond, given that there may be a hold, based on the notes that I am seeing, okay? So that's information that I just wanted to put out there, talk to counsel about.
I just got off parole. Excuse me.
The implications of that. And so, do you have any questions, sir?
I just got off parole like 2 weeks ago, sir. So I'm not sure why it's showing that in your system. And then I was going to ask, this whole situation is like really like a weird situation. It's like there was a situation out there. We were hanging out at my buddy's house. People were drinking, got into like a little dispute. Some pushing and shoving went on. My girl tried to grab me and her gun fell. You feel me? It's in her name, all that other type of stuff. The cops have it. I'm not sure why. Like, I'm being charged because...
And thank you for your input, but what we're doing tonight is just fixing release conditions, okay? So I found probable cause. It sounds like you have some information that you may talk to counsel about as to whether or not there's a defense in this case. That's an issue for another day. We're not at trial here. So What I'm doing is just determining probable cause and setting release conditions. If you want to seek review of the release conditions, I'm not inclined to revisit them tonight.
Okay.
If you want to seek review of the release conditions, you may do so by motion, but please talk to counsel about A, whether or not that's appropriate, and B, if so, how you want to approach that. For tonight's purposes, I'm going to affirm the release conditions, sir. All right?
I understand, Your Honor. If I can I just say one more thing?
Of course.
$7,500 is a lot of money. I'm trying to actually reach my bail. If there's any way that you can give me any type of leniency on that, then I would highly appreciate it. And well, I'm not sure about the hold. Like, I got off parole, so I'm not sure why it's saying that.
Are you saying a DOC hold?
Yes, the parole hold, the DOC one. I'm off parole. I got off like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, this is information by way of the Pretrial Services Agency.
Yeah.
Okay. Verify this with counsel, sir. As to your question about the bond amount, I'll note that's a secured appearance bond, so that's not a cash-only bond. So it enables you to work with a bail bonding agency if you wish to do so. Often that involves going a portion of that yourself, and a portion of that is gone by the bail bonding agency. The exact proportion, I'll leave for a conversation between yourself and a bail bonding agency if you wish to do that. But again, that's a conversation for a different time.
So if I was to bail out right now, I could bail out, or are you saying that I have a hold? I'm not sure why it's saying I have a hold, Your Honor.
Again, talk to counsel about that.
Who is counsel?
Whether or not the public defender's office, sir.
I'm trying to bail out like right now, sir.
All right. Well, again, talk to counsel about that. It's up to you whether or not you want to try and bond out. Please talk to A, counsel about that, and B, the sheriff's office to verify whether or not there's a hold. Okay?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. In your system there, it says that I have a hold, so I can't bail out.
So what I have here is that the Pretrial Services Agency reports that there's a parole violation. Parole was notified they will place a hold. So it remains to be seen whether or not that hold is correct. So that's why I'm saying it sounds like you need some more information as to whether or not the hold is there. So
if I was to post bond right now, they wouldn't release me because they're saying that?
If there is a hold, you would be held in custody. If there's not a hold, you would be released, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir. Number 11, David Allen to the podium. Number 7, Michael Larson to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
David Allen, January 3rd, 1989.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There is one charge of shoplifting, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause. I'm appointed to the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have 2 court dates coming up on April 3rd and 7th of 2026. Both of those are at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm setting bail in the amount of $5,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released as to this matter only. Looks like you have some probation cases that may or may not come up as page 2 sometime in your future. So I will note that for the record. In any event, if you do post bail and are released, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol, contact your probation officer within 72 hours in the event that you are released. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 7, Michael Larson to the podium. Number 13, Hugo Cruz to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Michael Larson, 21696.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of the El Mirage Municipal Court. There's one charge of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one charge of threatening or intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is April the 6th of 2026 at 10 o'clock a.m. At the El Mirage Municipal Court. I'm setting bail in the amount of $250. That is a secured appearance bond. And I am ordering that you do not have contact with any victim, do not reside at the same location as any alleged victim, or do not go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you're an owner or renter of that residence. If you are, you must find alternative residence and bring proof of that to your next court date. If you need to gather essential belongings from a shared residence, you may have one civil standby with a law enforcement officer present to do so. Additionally, do not possess weapons, do not possess or consume drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued, to be issued, or served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you. Please step to your left. Number 13, Hugo Cruz. To the podium. Number 14, Ashley Oakman. To the chair, please. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Hugo Cruz, Herrera, August 2nd, 1987.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of probation. I am appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for April the 6th of 2026, 8:30 a.m. at the Downtown Superior Courthouse. I am affirming the amount already set in the probation violation warrant. That is $200. That's a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. I need to add release conditions, so this will be.
I had a question, Your Honor.
Additionally, yes, go ahead.
So I turned myself in yesterday at the Gilbert Municipal Court, or today actually. I turned myself in today, and also I've been in contact with my probation officer. I just got out of treatment recently at a Scottsdale Recovery. I completed treatment, and I've been calling him for like a week and a half, and I had no answer. While I was at Scottsdale Recovery with my therapist and my counselor, we called the Superior Court to quash the warrant, and that's as my probation officer instructed us, and I never got any answers. That's why I turned myself in yesterday, because I knew eventually this would come up, and so I turned myself in, but I'm like, I get no answer from the probation officer or from counsel, at all.
All right, thank you, sir. And I do appreciate your input. I'm going to affirm the amount already set in the probation violation warrant. Again, that's $200. That's a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. Additionally, do not possess weapons, and possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours. In the event that you are released, other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Did you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, is there any way that that bond could be lowered, or I could be set out on pre-trial services? I mean, it must not be that serious if it's only $200, but I think I can only clear $100 in my debit card because I donate plasma, so I should have that $100, but I wouldn't.
Well, I assure you, sir, it is very serious. This is felony probation. That it's alleged that you're to be revoked off of probation and sent to prison. So I assure you, it is quite serious. So
I understand.
So just a moment, sir. I'm not inclined to review the release conditions at this time. The bond is set in an amount that was already determined by the probation violation court. Additionally, the notes that I'm seeing, sir, the last time that I'm seeing a note that anybody heard from you or anybody related to you was back in November of last year, sir. So I do not believe that's appropriate.
I've been back over here to jail after that time.
All right. I don't believe it's appropriate to modify the bond. If you wish to have review of the release conditions, you may do so by motion. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office for you, so please talk to counsel about whether or not that's appropriate.
I was in jail this year
much.
for the same thing.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left, sir. Number 14, Ashley Oakman, to the podium. Good evening, ma'am. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Ashley Oakman, 52786.
Thank you. We're here today on a municipal court new case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. There are two charges. The first is assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The second is disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment hearing on April the 8th of 2026 at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Buckeye Municipal Court. I'm setting bail at $250. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bond, you'll be released. If you are released, I'm ordering that you don't initiate contact with any alleged victim, do not reside at the same location as any alleged victim, and do not go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you're an owner or renter of that residence. If you reside with the victim, you must find alternative residence and bring proof of that to your next court date. In the event that you need to gather essential belongings, one civil standby with a law enforcement officer present is allowed. Additionally, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
My only question is about, I guess, being released. I'm a nursing student and a mom, and I don't know how, I don't have $200, and my son needs to be at school in the morning, and I don't know what options. I don't even know how to do bail or anything like that. And my husband is the sole income.
Ma'am, what I'm seeing based on the narrative here is that there was not just one call, but two calls to the residence that was alleged here. And so given the repeated contact with law enforcement due to what appears to have been an unfolding domestic violence incident, I believe that in the interest of safety, not only of the victim, but of the community generally, I believe bond is appropriate. So I'm not inclined to review the release conditions that I've set out. If you wish to do so at a later time, you may do so by motion. If you wish to have more information on how to post bond, you may talk to your detention officer for further information on how to post bond, ma'am. All right, thank you very much. Please step to your left. Number 12, Jessica Bashaw to the podium. Number 10, Rogelio Chavaria to the chair, please. Good evening, ma'am. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jessica Bashaw, April 15, 1978.
Thank you. We're here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Santan Justice Court. There's one underlying count of interference with judicial proceedings stemming out of July the 29th of 2025. This appears to be an initial arrest warrant arising from the complaint citation. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing at Santan Justice, which is April the 1st of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. I'm setting bail at $250. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post that, you'll be released. If you are released, do not have victim contact, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume any alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection that is issued or to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the written orders that you are about to receive. Do you have any questions?
I do, Your Honor. I was at Justice Court on Thursday, the 26th, for my hearing, and then I was told that I have another hearing for Superior Court is scheduled for May 9th. So I don't know why I have a warrant. I don't know why I'm even being held. I've already handled all those.
The last calendar entry that I see in regard to the Justice Court case, ma'am, was a hearing, not even a hearing, an adjustment on January the 22nd. The last actual hearing that I have seen, based on the records that I have, is December the 16th of 2025, which was an arraignment where the failure to appear was entered.
I was just told about all of this on Thursday, and that I have a hearing for May 9th scheduled for these charges. And they did not tell me that I had a warrant.
Understood,
She pulled
ma'am.
everything up and showed me, the prosecutor, or I'm sorry, the public defender.
You're saying you have a Superior Court date
I have a Superior Court
on a
date, May
felony
9th.
charge?
Yes, and I also have a continuing court date from Justice Court a week after that date, just to determine the outcome of what happens in Superior Court. So,
I see 2 family court matters and the 1 justice court matter. The case card that I'm seeing from the justice court does not reference a court date on May the 9th. And so I'll leave that for a conversation between yourself and counsel.
Yeah.
If you wish to seek review of the release conditions, you may do so by motion at a later date, ma'am. Thank you very much. You may step to your left.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Number 10, Rogelio Chavaria to the podium. Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
My name is Rogelio Coronado Chavarria. My birthday is 1994, April 9th.
Thank you. We're here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 charges. The first, misconduct involving weapons, a Class 4 felony. The second, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. The third, taking contraband into a correctional facility, a Class 5 felony. I was not given sufficient information in the arrest narrative regarding, first, the identification of any alleged substances as dangerous drugs per Arizona statute. Additionally, absent further information aside from the narrative's identification of the alleged weapon as a quote-unquote hatchet, I'm unable to determine whether it's quote-unquote designed for lethal use per the applicable Arizona statute, especially given the context that the contact occurred outdoors in a park area. Finally, there was a vague description in the arrest narrative that doesn't indicate the manner in which the quote-unquote cylinder smoking device is an article whose possession would endanger the safety, security, or preservation of order in a correctional facility, again, per the applicable definitional statute. What I'm saying, sir, is that given the limited information that was provided to me in the arrest narrative, I was unable to determine probable cause for these 3 charges. Here's what that means, here's what that doesn't mean, okay? What that means for tonight's purposes, I'm going to release you because I was unable to find probable cause. What it does not mean is that the state couldn't still try to file charges or pursue charges on this case if it thought it had enough evidence to do so, to obtain a conviction, I should say. So you still do have to go to court, sir. So I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, set 2 court dates for April the 13th and 16th of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. at the downtown Superior Courthouse. If you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll now move to number 9, Devontis Williams. Mr. Williams is not present here in the courtroom for his initial appearance. The note from the sheriff's office is combative, and so we'll proceed in absentia for the time being. Again, this is Devontis Williams, date of birth 5/27/1992, Superior Court new case, alleging 1 charge of armed robbery, Class 2 felony, 1 charge of misconduct involving weapons, Class 4 felony, 1 charge of failure to admit to carrying a deadly weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing the public defender's office and setting 2 court dates for April the 3rd and 7th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning downtown Superior Court Complex, setting bail at $150,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond with pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency and mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before release. Additionally, I will note for the record that this release determination does take into account the victim impact statement that was submitted with additional release conditions reduced to writing and the orders that Mr. Williams will receive during the in-person initial appearance that will be conducted cell side momentarily after the 8 o'clock calendar is done. That will conclude and if there are any changes to the release orders, they'll be reflected on the written orders, not on the audio visual feed here. That concludes the initial appearance for number 9, Devontis Williams, and that also concludes the initial appearance calendar for 8 o'clock for March the 29th of 2026. We'll stand in recess.
All right.
Please be seated. See what I mean? Okay. Good evening. This is the 11 p.m. initial appearance hearing calendar for March 29th, 2026. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next court hearing will be, your release conditions, and any bond amount required. I will not read all the release conditions to each of you. That is your responsibility to review, but I may point out a few depending on your case. You're all here today on criminal matters, which means you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you. This hearing is being recorded. It is also being broadcast live. I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth. Victims may be watching the live stream, so I will read the victim rights advisement and then we'll begin with your hearings. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law. That, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin the hearings, and I will call you in one at a time. When it is your turn, please come to the podium in the center of the room and speak into the microphone. I will call a second person's name. Please have a seat in the chairs right there by the door. That way we can move quickly. I may need to pause the hearings from time to time to deal with warrants, so please remain seated and do not enter the hearing room unless you have been called. At the conclusion of your hearing, you will be handed the paperwork that has all the information I've provided, as well as those release conditions that you need to review. Keep track of that paperwork. It is important and has information that you need. We'll begin today with Abdullah Maya. Please come to the podium. And then Tamika Davis, please have a seat in the chairs. Please say your name and date of birth.
Abdullah Halamia, 1988, January 1st.
January 1st?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you may have committed one count of aggravated domestic violence. That's a Class 5 felony, as well as one count interfering with a judicial order. That's a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You're still eligible for release, but is now under a secured appearance bond of $15,000 with electronic monitoring. Make sure you tell pretrial services about your obligations and commitments because you will have a curfew that restricts when and where you can go places. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. You must obey any order of protection that has been issued against you. Do not have drugs, alcohol, or weapons. And that includes simulated weapons like BB guns, pellet guns, or replicas. If you cannot post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing, but that no victim contact order still applies, whether you are in custody or out of custody. If you were to violate the no victim contact order within custody, new allegations may be brought against you. If you're out of custody and you violate it, you may no longer be eligible for bail. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Tamika Davis, please come to the podium. Jose Morales, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Tamika Davis, April 15, 1986.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you may have committed disorderly conduct as a Class 6 felony. Also, assault and criminal damage are being alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release, but it is under a $5,000 secured appearance bond with electronic monitoring. So make sure you tell pretrial services if you're able to post your bond about your obligations and commitments. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. I do understand that may be your residence, and because you've been ordered not to have contact or to return, if you're able to post your bond, you may go back one time with a civil standby, which means you call law enforcement first. They'll escort you there to get necessary things like medication identification or clothing, and they will not resolve property disputes. Just so you understand, it's a quick in and out. If an order of protection is issued against you, be sure to comply with that court order. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody to your next hearing, and it's important that you know that the no victim contact order applies whether you are in custody or out of custody. Please take your paperwork in. You have a question?
Yeah. You said that it's $5,000 bond and electronic
monitoring, yes, ma'am.
So I have to go to somebody else's house and do that?
They'll do it here before you're released.
But I have to live at somebody else's house till court is over?
Until the next hearing, yes, ma'am. The next judge can change these orders, but for right now, that is correct.
Because me and my kids reside at that house.
Right. So this does not interfere with you having parenting time, but you would need a third party in order to arrange that.
Okay.
Okay. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Jose Morales, please come to the podium. Joshua Borrego, have a seat by the door. Yes, sir.
Hi, Lauren.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Jose Morales, October 6, 2003.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two matters. The first one is a new case. It's alleged that you were resisting arrest with physical force. That's a Class 6 felony, and that you were committing disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor. This court found probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on your new case on April 3rd, and that's at 8:30 in the morning. The new case does carry a $2,500 secured appearance bond, and then you have your regular terms of probation that you would need to follow. So your second case is a probation violation case. Anytime there's new criminal activity alleged, you do get a term 1 violation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix, and your bond is set at $500. Again, it's the same terms and conditions of probation. So if you're able to post your bond, which is $3,000 total, call your probation officer and go to both your hearings. If you're not able to post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported there.
All right, thank you.
Please take your paperwork, sir. Joshua Borrego, please come to the podium. Larry Maxwell, have a seat by the door. Let's see, Joshua Borrego is wearing a black shirt. He does have a beard and dark hair. Yes, I think he's asleep. Right there at the podium. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Joshua Borrego, 9584.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two cases. The first one is a new one. The new one alleges aggravated assault as a Class 4 felony, that you had narcotic drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, which is a Class 6 felony, and then having drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. On your new case, your bond is set at $250, And you do have your regular terms from a probation, but you also have don't go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged complainant. So your second matter here today is a probation violation warrant that's alleging you violated terms 3, 4, and 5, and that your whereabouts have been unknown since last year in September. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, and $500 is your bond on that one. So you have April 3rd and April 6th. Your total bond is $750 secured. If you're able to post it, call your probation officer and go to your 2 hearings. Follow your terms of probation. If you cannot post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported there. Please take your paperwork, sir. Larry Maxwell, please come to the podium. Aubrey Swift, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Larry Maxwell, 7/1/1988.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 2 matters. It looks like they are both probation violation warrants alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th, 8:30 in the morning. They each carried a bond, and it looks like it was each of them had $250. So it's $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay it, call your probation officer, go to your hearing, do your normal terms and conditions of probation. If you're not able to pay it, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. Please take your paperwork, sir. Aubrey Swift, please come to the podium. And then Eduardo Diaz, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Aubrey Swift, 12/23/2000.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. It's from Pima County. So an attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing at the Pima Justice Court on April 1st, and that's at 8:30 in the morning. They did request a cash-only appearance bond of $500. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you take yourself down there to Pima Justice Court. If you cannot post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported there. Please take your paperwork.
I have a question. Is there any way the bond could be lowered?
No, I'm sorry. This is an out-of-county warrant, and we do honor or affirm those bonds.
Okay.
Eduardo Diaz, please come to the podium. Adrian Lopez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Eduardo Diaz, September 26, 1997.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you were driving under the influence aggravated, which is a class 4 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, and that's on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under pretrial services supervision, so you need to contact them within 72 hours. They're going to set you up on a random weekly illegal drug and alcohol testing schedule. So I don't know how random that is, but you are going to need to comply with the testing. This will give you an opportunity to show the next court that you can remain sober. So in a few hours, you are going to be released. Review your release conditions carefully. Make sure you call pretrial services.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork.
Thank you.
Adrian Lopez, please come to the podium. Joseph Palmer, have a seat by the door.
Hey, how's it going?
Please say your name and date of birth.
Adrian Lopez, December 26, 1995.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because of a municipal court warrant. So no attorney is being appointed for you because it is looks like a failure to pay shoplifting misdemeanor.
I paid it. My mom sorry.
So you are going to be released today to go to your Buckeye Municipal Court warrant municipal court hearing on April 14th at 2 in the afternoon. So if there's a discussion about whether or not you paid or not, call them and have it with them. Their phone number will be on your paperwork.
Okay, I have is it okay if I speak?
Well, you don't need to because you're being released in a few hours, and you should deal with Buckeye.
I got the receipt, though. My mom found it, so.
All right, so let them know.
I apologize for all this. I've been doing so good.
Don't speak.
Okay.
This hearing's being recorded.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
Joseph Palmer, please come to the podium. Cheryl Allen, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Joseph Palmer, 9/12/91.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an arrest warrant. It appears that in January you may have had narcotic drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. The state has now brought charges against you. So this court is appointing an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning. You have had 0 failures to appear, and so you are going to be released today on your promise to go to that hearing and get this taken care of. Your attorney's phone number is on the second page. Please take your paperwork, sir. Cheryl Allen, please come to the podium. Ronald McCutcheon, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Cheryl Allen, 12/28/57.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a municipal court case alleging assault and disorderly conduct. They're both being alleged as misdemeanors, and you are going to be released today or in a few hours. You are not being appointed counsel because it did not look like it was a domestic violence matter when I read through, although this was with your daughter. Is that correct? Okay, let me actually change that because you should be appointed counsel. Okay. Okay. In domestic violence matters, it is complicated, and so an attorney is appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is going to be at the Goodyear Municipal Court on April 15th at 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You will be released today in a few hours, so it won't be today, it will be tomorrow, but you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. Don't possess weapons, possess or consume alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription. If an order against harassment is issued against you, be sure to comply with that order. From the law enforcement report, it looked as though you had already been moving out. Is that correct?
No, she's moving out.
She's moving out.
And she's supposed to be leaving on the 2nd, so can I go back home when she's gone? She's going to go to Illinois. She's not even going to be in the state.
Hang on for just a minute. I
Okay.
might need to edit this some more. So, detention officer, just one moment. Okay, so it was complicated in the law enforcement report who was moving, who was not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that you can return as long as she is not there.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's going to be printed again, and this time it will include the order that defendant may return to the scene of the alleged crime as long as the victim is no longer residing there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but otherwise the no victim contact still apply.
Uh-huh.
All right, and you're not going to be in custody, but if you happen to be in custody, it applies no matter where you are.
Okay.
All right, please take a seat. They'll bring it to you in a moment.
Okay.
Ronald McCutcheon, please come to the podium. Raul Vasquez Jr., have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ronald McCutcheon, 05/15/1978.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a municipal court warrant. It appears to be that it was from it's pre-adjudication, that's right. So it's about driving without a valid license. We cannot appoint an attorney for you. You will need to hire your own or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at Goodyear Municipal Court, April 15th at 1 in the afternoon. I've included their phone number on your paperwork if you need to arrange transportation or payment or whatever it is you need to arrange. Make sure you go to that next hearing or they will continue issuing warrants for your arrest. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Raul Vasquez, please come to the podium. And then Rosemary Sanchez Pyre, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Raul Vasquez Jr., ma'am.
And your birthday.
12/5/1982.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a municipal court warrant. It looks like it's a failure to appear from this March. So no attorney is going to be appointed for you. You can hire one or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Youngtown Municipal Court, April 16th at 9 in the morning. You need to go to that hearing or they're going to keep issuing warrants for you for failing to appear. Their phone number is also included on your paperwork. All right, please take your paperwork. Okay. Hello, is the Spanish interpreter on the line?
Okay, this is the interpreter speaking. Yes, I'm on the line.
Thank you. This is Commissioner Gentry at the initial appearance hearing calendar. I need to ask you if you will swear or affirm that you will directly translate my words from English into Spanish and the defendant's words from Spanish into English exactly as we say them or to the best of your ability.
I swear.
Thank you. We will begin. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be held against you.
Usted tiene derecho a guardar silencio. Todo lo que usted pueda decir puede ser usado en su contra.
This hearing is being recorded and it is being broadcast live.
Esta audiencia está siendo grabada y se está transmitiendo en vivo.
I am going to provide you with information, but it will also all be written out on your documents.
Yo le voy a proporcionar información, pero toda esta información la encontrará escrita en su documentación.
Please wait for the interpreter to finish speaking before you speak.
Por favor, espere a que termine de hablar el intérprete antes de hablar usted.
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Por favor, diga su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Rosemary Sánchez, enero 17 del 2000.
Okay, so I got Rosemary Sanchez, January 17, 2000.
Thank you. You are here today on a municipal court warrant.
Usted se encuentra aquí por una... Okay, hold on. Find the right translation for warrant. Está usted por una orden de la Corte Municipal.
It is for failing to pay.
Esto es por una falta de pago.
An attorney will not be appointed to assist you, but you can hire one or represent yourself.
No se le asignará un abogado, pero usted puede contratar a uno o representarse usted mismo.
You have a hearing at Goodyear Municipal Court on April 15th at 1 p.m.
Usted tiene una audiencia en Goodyear, la Corte Municipal, el 15 de abril a la 1 p.m.
Their phone number is written on your paperwork.
El teléfono lo encontrará escrito en su papeleo.
Please call ahead and make sure to ask for a translator.
Por favor, llame con antelación y solicite un traductor.
Okay. You will be released today in a few hours on your promise to go to that hearing.
Usted será liberada en unas horas bajo la promesa de que usted asistirá a esta audiencia.
One of your release conditions is that you must follow any orders that Goodyear has already issued about your contact with the alleged victim.
una de las condiciones es que usted debe seguir todas las órdenes que la Corte Municipal le ha impuesto con respecto de las supuestas víctimas.
Okay, please take your paperwork. Thank you.
Por favor, tome su papeleo.
Okay. For the translator, thank you so much for your assistance. That was our only Spanish language defendant. We appreciate your service to the court.
Thank you for calling, members. Have a good day.
We still have 3 defendants that we will see as house calls. The first one is Mr. Dale Wicker, date of birth 6/23/1961. He is being, his behavior is not conducive for coming into the hearing room. He has 2 matters, a new case alleging dangerous drugs in his possession. That's a Class 4 felony. An attorney has been appointed for him, and his next hearing is April 3rd, 8:30 in the morning. He has a secured appearance bond of $500. His conditions of release include not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or any contact with the alleged complainant or witnesses, and then regular terms for someone who's on standard probation. His second matter is a probation violation warrant alleging terms 6 and 7. He last reported into probation in 2021. So an attorney has been appointed for him. His next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. His bond on this is $1,500. So together, that's a $2,000 secured appearance bond, and he has, as I said, the regular terms for someone who's on standard probation. The next individual is Levi Stenson, date of birth 4/28/2006, and he is assaultive, I guess, so he's not able to come into the hearing room. He's here today on 4 counts of aggravated assault on a healthcare personnel, which is a Class 6 felony. So this court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney for him, and his next hearing is April 3rd, 8:30 in the morning, and his appearance bond is set at $20,000 secured. He does have release conditions that include no contact with the alleged victim, witness, or complainants, as well as no drugs or alcohol, no weapons, and also he may not possess or consume any marijuana, THC, or CBD products without a valid prescription. I have ordered him to contact his case manager within 24 hours because it does appear that he may need mental health assistance, so if he has a case manager, he needs to do that. The next person is Landron Phillips, and he is NASWA, date of birth 6/5/1984. This person has a new allegation of dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, which this court did find probable cause and appointed the legal defender to assist him. His next hearing is April 3rd, 8:30 in the morning, and they were on felony release, so they have an evidentiary hearing also set